Welcome to this 30-minute Nourishing Yin Yoga practice. My name is Natalie and I will be guiding you through it today. Just be gentle on yourself, go slow and enjoy the sensations and feelings in your body. I invite you to keep your eyes closed as much as possible. So we will begin by finding a comfortable seated position at the bottom of our mat, resting our hips onto our heels, placing your hands in your lap, growing tall through the spine, rolling your shoulders down and away from your ears and closing down your eyes. Arriving here on the mat and beginning to take some deep breaths into the belly, letting it rise into the chest and then letting it go. Bringing awareness to the whole process of breathing and how the breath feels in your body. And then bringing your knees about mat width apart and walking your hands forward, letting your forehead fall down towards the ground, melting your chest and upper body towards the mat, finding your wide-legged child's pose here. Breathing deeply into the belly, blowing it up like a balloon, letting the breath rise up into the chest, and then letting it go. When we close down our eyes, we withdraw our senses. One of the 8 limbs of yoga is called pratyahara, which means sense withdrawal, and it helps us in connecting inward and finding a meditative state. So if your mind is wandering, use your breath to come back to the here and now. The body and the breath only exist in the present moment. The mind can wander towards the past or the future, but the physical process of breathing and being in our body happens right now. Letting your hips fall heavy towards your heels. Maybe you can invite softness in your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Relax the space between your eyebrows. And then coming up onto all fours. Before lowering yourself down, placing your forearms parallel in front of you, elbows beneath your shoulders, and push into your forearms and your hands to lift your upper body, coming into our Sphinx pose. So you're going to relax your legs and your glutes while engaging your back, your spine, your core, your shoulders to lift your chest up. Again, you want to close down your eyes. This pose causes a slight compression in the lower back, which is very healing and restoring for us. If you need to adjust and decrease the intensity, you can walk your elbows forward to minimize the compression. Pay attention to how it feels in your body. In Yin Yoga, we want to find our edge, but we don't want to force our body into poses that feel painful. Just breathing deeply here, feeling the expansion in your rib cage and chest, and then letting go, exhaling to lower yourself down towards the ground. Maybe you want to rock your hips and legs from side to side to release the lower back. Then placing your hands under your shoulders and finding an inhale to lift into a baby cobra. And exhale to release down. Inhale again for a cobra. And exhale to release. Inhaling to lift yourself up to a cobra. And exhale to release down. Then placing your left arm at a 90-degree angle out towards the left side of the mat. And using your right hand to rock your body over towards the left side. If you like, you can keep your right leg on top of the left. But if you want to explore going slightly deeper into this broken wing pose where we're stretching and opening up our left shoulder, you can bend your right knee and place your right foot behind the left knee. So if you've found your pose, you should feel quite an intense sensation in your left shoulder blade, maybe even all the way out to your left fingertips. Just stay in the discomfort, bringing your awareness back to your breath, focusing one breath at a time. Just like a wave flowing in and out of your body, harmonizing and aligning you with the natural rhythm of life. Breath is our life. It's what sustains us. And then releasing, coming back to center and switching sides. So extending your right arm out at a 90-degree angle towards the right, and then rolling over to your right side. You can use your left hand to roll over, and then choose your variation, maybe placing your left leg just on top of the right one, stretched out. Or you can explore what happens if you bend your left knee and place your left foot behind your right hamstring or knee, wherever it goes. Closing down your eyes. In Yin Yoga, we're working with gravity and time. So by staying in the poses for longer, we can tap into the deeper layers of our body, stretching the ligaments, the connective tissue, aka the fascia, the joints. We can also tap into emotions. Memories can resurface. So just use this sacred time to be close to yourself. Taking full, deep, nourishing breaths, slowing everything down, finding the joy of stillness, of just being here in your body. The only thing that is moving is your breath. And then gently untwisting, lifting yourself up, coming onto the mat. You can face towards the side, bending your right knee in front of you, placing the right foot at about a 90-degree angle, and then bending your left knee and bringing your left foot towards your left glute. We're finding the base for our deer pose. So if it's enough, you can just stay with your legs bent at 90 degrees angle. If you want to go a little bit deeper into your hips, you can slowly begin to twist the body over towards the right side and maybe come onto your forearms or your hands, placing them on the mat in front of you. It can feel slightly awkward at first, so just be there for whatever is in your experience. Returning to the breath and closing down your eyes. Maybe as time goes, you want to explore folding deeper or twisting slightly more towards the side. Just as an exploration. And then beginning to walk your hands back towards your body, untwisting, maybe shaking your shoulders and hands, maybe windshield wiping your knees from side to side to release the hips. And then we prepare for the other side. So this time our left knee bends in front of us, left foot in front of the right knee, bending your right knee and placing your right foot close to your right glute. And then, if it feels accessible to you, you can begin twisting your body towards the left. And when you can't go any further, you can lower yourself down towards the ground, maybe onto your hands or onto your forearms. Gently closing down your eyes, finding your shape, and then committing to stillness, allowing the pose into your body. We don't want to force our body into the pose. We're all different. There is not an aesthetic to achieve. It's all about getting to know yourself. In yoga, we untie knots in our body and our mind to open up for more circulation, life force, energy, awareness, consciousness, flow. We want to open up where we have been stuck and align ourselves with the higher truths of love, compassion, kindness, softness. At this point, you may want to explore either folding forward slightly deeper, maybe even bringing your forehead towards the ground, or maybe you want to twist your body slightly more towards the left. Honoring where you are. Everything is part of a process. There is no goal or destination. Just staying connected to your breath. And then slowly beginning to walk your hands back towards your body. Again, it can feel nice to untwist with some windshield wipers from side to side, just moving your knees. And then bringing the soles of the feet together, bringing them close towards your body, flapping your knees up and down a bit to open up the groins. As we're in our butterfly pose, grow tall through the spine. And if you feel called, you can fold forward and bring your forehead towards the feet. Maybe forearms touch the ground or rest on your legs. If you have a pillow nearby, maybe it feels nice to rest your head on the pillow. This is one of the few poses where we arch the spine. So really make yourself small, rounding through your back. It's quite an intimate pose with yourself. Continuing deep breaths into your belly, letting them rise up into your chest and lungs. And then beginning to come out of the pose the same way you came in. Maybe extend your legs in front of you, give them a shake, releasing what we just did. Then bending your left knee, bringing your left foot out at a 90-degree angle, and placing your right knee on top of the left ankle and your right foot on top of the left knee. So this is our cow face pose. You might have a bit of space between your left ankle and your right knee. If you have a block or a cushion, it can be nice to slide that in to support the right knee. This is quite an intense hip opener, so be mindful and gentle on yourself. If you like, you can also interlace your hands behind you, bending your right elbow and bending your left forearm behind you, grabbing a hold of the left and right hands if that's reachable, or you can just bring your left hand towards your right elbow that's facing up. Closing down your eyes if you haven't already. Just taking some deep, calming breaths here. Might be a lot going on for you, especially if you haven't done this pose before. So just stay with the sensations. You can let go of your hands and the interlace. And then slowly untwist. From here we're gonna keep our left knee underneath and bend our right knee, placing our right knee over the left knee and bringing the ankles to the opposite glutes. So we're in our shoelace pose. Try to make sure that you're sitting on your sitting bones, so you might want to slide your glutes out from underneath you to really anchor into your sitting bones. And again, we're targeting the hips. If your right knee can't be placed on the left, you can also place your right foot on the outside of the left leg and keeping your right knee closer to your body rather than resting on the left. You can also place a block or a cushion between the knees if there is space there. If you want, you can fold forward in this pose, which will intensify the sensations. But it's more than enough to stay upright, I feel. Gently beginning to untwist the legs. Again, it can be nice to just give them a shake in the front of the mat, extending them both fully before we find these two poses on the other side. So this time we will have the right knee underneath, so bending your right knee, placing your right ankle on the mat, and then bending your left knee, placing your left knee above your right ankle and resting your left ankle on top of the right knee. And again, you can slide a cushion or a block in underneath your left knee if it's hovering in the air. Closing down your eyes and just staying with the discomfort that you may be experiencing in your hips, since this is quite an intense hip opener. you like, you can bring your left elbow towards the sky and either create a bind with your right hand behind you, grabbing a hold of the left hand or fingertips, or you can simply keep your left elbow up and bring your right hand towards the left elbow. So simultaneously working on the hips and the shoulders and shoulder blades. And then gently untwisting, preparing for our shoelace, placing your right knee underneath your left and bringing the right ankle towards the outside of your left glute, whilst bringing the left ankle towards the outside of your right. And again, maybe you keep your left knee facing up and place your left foot on the outside of your right leg, if it's too much to stack your knees on top of each other. You can also extend your bottom leg. If that helps you get into the pose. Again, we're targeting the hips. And you can fold forward if your body's calling for it. There's some birds here making some sweet sounds in the background. Just bringing your awareness and attention to your breath again. Deep, nourishing breaths into your entire body, creating space, circulation, and then gently untwisting, rocking your knees from side to side, and then bending your knees and gently lowering yourself down towards the ground, resting your back on the mat, opening your knees towards the sides, bringing the soles of the feet together again in a butterfly, placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach, or alternatively placing both hands on the hips and really holding yourself here, grounding, coming back into your body, into you. Taking some deep breaths all the way down into your hips, belly, rib cage, chest, and then using your hands to close the knees together, maybe drawing some circles with your knees, and then bending your left knee, placing your right ankle just underneath your left knee and pointing your left foot towards the sky, opening your right knee towards the side. We're in our figure 4 stretch, placing our hands behind our left hamstring and drawing some circles with your left foot, flexing, pointing your toes, keeping your left leg extended to also stretch out the back side of the left leg, whilst simultaneously opening up the right hip. You can explore bending the left knee as well, using the strength of your hands to pull your left knee towards your body whilst opening the right knee towards the side. And then gently begin to guide your right knee all the way over towards the left side, letting it fall towards the ground, maybe onto a cushion or a block, extending your right arm towards the right side and finding a nice twist. beginning to slow down your breath as we're coming towards the end of the practice. Releasing your belly, softening your digestive system. And then gently guiding your knees back towards the center. And we switch sides, so bend your left knee, place your left ankle in front of your right thigh or knee, flexing your left ankle, and then beginning to draw some circles with your right foot or toes, just bringing some movement into the ankle, extending your right leg towards the sky, finding this figure 4 stretch variation. You can rock your right leg back and forth a bit using the strength of your hands and shoulders to really stretch out the back side of the right leg while simultaneously opening the left knee towards the side. You can also bend your right knee at this point, flexing your right foot, intensifying the stretch, bringing your right knee as close to your body as you can, while still opening up the left knee towards the side. And then gently beginning to guide your left knee over towards the right side, extending your left arm towards the left side. Your face faces towards the left, but I invite you to close down your eyes. And just find this calming twist in your entire body. Bringing awareness and breath into new corners of your mental, emotional, and physical body. Taking the deepest breath you've taken so far today. Inhaling new energy, inspiration, creativity, love, healing, and exhaling the old. Then gently coming back to center, giving yourself a hug, bringing both knees towards the chest, rocking from side to side to massage the lower back. Extending your feet towards the sky, bending into your knees, bringing your knees close to your armpits. Hands grab a hold of the outside of your ankles as you find a happy baby pose. Trying to keep your tailbone connected to the earth. And then releasing, extending your feet and legs towards the mat. We will do one more pose before our final rest, placing your hands underneath your glutes, palms facing down, and then using your shoulders and elbows and forearms, pushing yourself up, opening your chest and resting your head towards the ground. So we're in our fish pose, with the crown of the head touching the earth, lifting your chest with the strength of your forearms, and then gently lowering yourself back down, recalibrating after that quite strong chest and heart opener. You can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And then in your own time, finding Shavasana, where you can stay for as long as you like. In fact, I invite you to stay for as long as you wish, to really absorb the fruits of your labor. Softening your jaw, relaxing the space between your eyebrows, feeling your entire body fully relaxed here. Every cell is peaceful. Fully letting go. And if you wish to end this practice with me, gently inviting some movements in your fingers and your toes, bringing your hands above your head, stretching your full body, pointing your toes, and then gently letting your knees fall over towards the right side, arriving in a fetal position. You can rest your head onto your hands. Just pausing here for a moment before making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Keeping your eyes closed, moving in any way that feels good to you. Inhaling your hands towards the sky and exhaling hands towards your heart. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up for this practice, and thank you for letting me guide you through it today. Sending you so much love and blessings.